Best video
This lighting
footage
is
ever.
great too. Excellent lighting.
Best lighting ever.
Best lighting. What the hell, people? Trying to distract you. I
or not, is the type of distortion that Cassie pointed out in the film. And the second thing that's really important for every feminist to understand is what Marty was talking about a minute ago, which is that I spent 13 years researching the pay gap and looking at what was it involved, and it involves 25 different male-female differences. And every time women do many of those differences, like take hazardous jobs and work 60, 70 hours a week, or after they're married, go anywhere in the world where they're needed, and so 22 other differences like that, the women on average win those are controlled for out-earned men. And the simplest way to communicate that is that women who have never been married and never have children have earned 113 to 117% of what men who have never been married, who have never had children, earned since the 1970s. And so all of these years have passed by when I'd say 99.8% of the human population does not even know that or anything close to that. And so we really need to do our homework about that. If I were to run a company and men really did cost $1 for each 79 cents that women cost, I'd hire all women and put everybody else out of business. It just doesn't make any sense to pay more for less.
I just have to jump in and add to that, because I'm a software engineer and talk about sexism in tech happens a lot. Whenever this comes up, I just turn to my coworkers, both male and female, and say, okay, what do you make? And whenever somebody actually answers it, turns out we all make the same. So like, it's weird to me that people will talk about these gigantic, big issues when they can trivially check them in their local area and they never do.
Female sales engineers earn 141% of what male sales engineers earn.
And I blame social media because I started calling myself a feminist when I was 18, 19 years old, in 2004, 2005, just as Facebook was really starting to get going. And memes, feminist memes, took over with the 77 cents of the dollar, and that's where I was getting my misinformation, was from feminist memes.
The thing that I thought of to say, and it's not exactly responding to your question, but I think it bears on it, is that there's a funny sort of mix and match of this that happens in the work to stop genital cutting of infants, and it's related to the men's movement in general, which I've also been quite active in for 25, 30 years. So what's interesting, I've never thought about this before, but there's an avoidance of looking at males as victims of genital cutting. There's a languaging, circumcision, that makes it sound like something that's not harmful. And then even when you present the facts, that in fact the harm is similar, Europeans think it's similar. There's been studies by renegade FGM, anti-FGM, anti-female genital cutting activists that have shown that they're pretty similar. There's still a reluctance to look at it and to see that males can actually be hurt by it. And now there's this interesting thing where intersex people who are neither male nor female are advocating against cutting of them as kids to make their gender clear one way or the other. And they're getting more sympathy, but still the males are not getting as much attention. So it's in an interesting way it relates to the larger men's movement.
So another film is about to start, but before we all have to corral out into the lobby and talk face to face, I please ask you to go online and tell about your experience, whether it's on Rotten Tomatoes, give us a user audience review, or IMDb, or something, because the mainstream media really doesn't like this film. And so we need audience reviews and just spread the word online. Thank you so much for coming.
Religions that have co-opted the idea that there is something outside of that, so long as you agree with the idea of continuation and which requires a person for us.